Before we begin, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because only our subscribers get early access to rare coin discoveries, hidden value insights, and historical treasures that most people overlook. Now imagine holding a small piece of metal in your hand that carries the weight of a nation's history, political change, and economic transformation. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance, yet hides a story powerful enough to surprise even experienced collectors. Today, we're looking at something that many people have seen before, but very few have truly understood the real significance of. The 1991 2 Rand coin from South Africa. If you're someone who appreciates coins, especially if you've spent years collecting or even casually saving old currency, then this story is going to capture your attention. Because this is not just about a piece of money. This is about timing, rarity perception, collector demand, and the hidden opportunities that exist in the world of numismatics. Let's take a moment and go back in time. The early 1990s in South Africa was a period of transition. The country was going through major political and social changes. Currency from this era often carries more than just face value. It reflects a nation in movement, a system evolving, and a history that cannot be repeated. The 1991 2 Rand coin belongs exactly to that era. At first glance, the coin may appear simple. It was designed for circulation, meant to pass through many hands, and used for everyday transactions. But coins like this often gain attention decades later, when collectors begin to study mint years, production numbers, and survival rates in good condition. And this is where things start to become interesting. Not every coin becomes valuable just because it is old. The real value depends on several factors that many people overlook. Condition plays a major role. A coin that has been heavily used loses a large part of its collector appeal. But a coin that has been preserved, especially in near mint or uncirculated condition, can suddenly become something entirely different in the eyes of collectors. Another factor is scarcity in the collector market. Even if a coin was produced in large numbers, the number of high-grade surviving pieces can be surprisingly low. Over time, coins get damaged, lost, melted, or simply worn out. This natural process creates a gap between what was once common and what is now desirable. The 1991 2 Rand coin is also influenced by demand from collectors who focus on South African currency history. Many collectors are not just buying coins, they're building timelines. They want one example from each important year, especially from transitional periods. That alone can increase interest in coins like this. Now, let us talk about something most people never consider. Emotional value in collecting. Many collectors are not just investors. They are memory holders. A coin from 1991 may remind someone of a specific era in their life, a business moment, or a historical turning point. This emotional connection can often push demand higher than expected. But here is where things become even more interesting. Coins that are overlooked by the general public often become the hidden gems of the collector world. While everyone is chasing rare gold coins or limited mint errors, sometimes a simple circulated coin from a specific year quietly gains attention over time. If you're holding a 1991 South African 2 Rand coin, the first thing you should do is examine its condition carefully. Look at the edges, the details on the design, and the clarity of the year's stamp. Even small differences in sharpness can determine whether it is considered average or collectible. Now, let us be realistic. Not every 1991 2 Rand coin is rare in the traditional sense. Many are still available in circulation level condition. But the value does not always come from rarity alone. Sometimes it comes from demand spikes in the collector market, or from private buyers looking for specific year sets to complete their collections. There is also the possibility of special variations, minting differences, or error coins, which can dramatically change value. Even minor minting inconsistencies can turn a normal coin into something highly desirable. This is why experienced collectors always examine coins closely rather than assuming all coins of the same year are identical. For those who are new to coin collecting, this is an important lesson. Never judge a coin only by its face value. A coin is a combination of history, condition, demand, and timing. And timing in the collector market can change everything. Now imagine this scenario. A collector is trying to complete a full historical set of South African currency from the early 1990s. He is missing only one piece. The 1991-2 Rand coin in excellent condition. Suddenly, what was once considered a normal coin becomes the final missing link in a valuable collection. In such cases, the price someone is willing to pay can rise significantly. This is how the collector market works. It is not always about official pricing guides. It is about demand at the right moment between the right buyer and the right piece. If you have been following coin trends, you will notice that more people are now paying attention to older circulating coins than ever before. As digital currency grows, physical coins are becoming historical artifacts. That shift in mindset increases long-term interest in coins like the 1991-2 Rand. Now, let us bring everything together. You have a coin from a historically significant period. You have collector interest based on age and era. You have condition-based value differences. And you have potential demand from collectors completing sets or building historical collections.
That year was one of shifting boundaries, political, social, and moral. It was the cusp of the end of apartheid, a regime that had enforced segregation and inequality for decades. In 1990, President F. W. de Klerk began to dismantle some of those oppressive systems, releasing Nelson Mandela from prison after 27 years. This coin was minted against a backdrop of upheaval and hope. When holding one holds not just a piece of metal, but echoes of voices calling for justice, forgiveness, and a fresh start. The reverse side shows more than denomination. It shows craftsmanship. The outer rim is raised slightly to protect against wear, the lettering crisp, 2 Rand, South Africa, and the year 1990. The metal has a certain weight, a mint finish that betrays mild wear in most examples, but reveals details in fine specimens. The springbok's horns, the contours of its musculature, the texture of the ground beneath its hooves, all attest to a minting process executed with care. The alloy, typically copper-nickel or a variant thereof, retains a subdued shine when preserved in near-mint condition, while toned examples possess warm hues of bronze and silver that collectors prize. Rarity is central to its appeal. While 2 Rand coins were issued regularly, those surviving in perfect or near-perfect condition become fewer as time passes. Many have been worn, scratched, or lost. The combination of age, circulation, and exposure to elements means that coins showing sharp detail, mint luster, and minimal surface imperfections have become scarce. Collectors assess condition using established grading scales, examining edges for reading integrity, fields for marks or abrasions, and the portrait for crispness. A flaw at the rim or slight circulation wear on the springbok's flanks can reduce its value dramatically. Uncirculated specimens are treasured for their full design, original strike, and absence of polishing or cleaning. Provenance also affects desirability. Coins that have well-documented histories, perhaps from early collections, auctions, or prominent numismatists, garner attention. A coin that has been in a safe, controlled environment for decades will often outshine one exposed to humid conditions or handled frequently. Packaging, certificates, and prior auction records add layers of credibility, driving buyers' confidence. Market trends have enhanced the value of rare South African coins, especially those tied to pivotal historical eras. The symbolism of the 1990 coin, the intersection of loss, hope, transition, resonates internationally. As collectors increasingly seek items with stories as strong as their physical attributes, coins like this rise above simple curiosities. Demand from both Eastern and Western markets, rising interest in coins from post-colonial and transitional nations, and the growth of numismatics as both hobby and investment push prices ever higher. Conservation plays a critical role. A coin exposed to moisture may develop verdigris. One cleaned improperly loses patina and resale value. Handling with gloves, storing in inert materials, avoiding contact with acidic paper or PVC plastic holders that can leach chemicals is essential. Similarly, temperature fluctuations or direct sunlight can harm tone and finish. Museums and serious collectors use archival quality coin holders or hard plastic capsules. Even with such care, the passage of time can create minor blemishes. Those blemishes, when they are minimal, become marks of authenticity rather than flaw. Authentication becomes increasingly crucial at high price points. Experts use magnification, lighting, and sometimes even spectroscopy to confirm metal composition. Die varieties are studied. Any deviation in inscriptions, mint marks, or strike quality can reveal counterfeit or altered pieces. Certificates from recognized numismatic authorities or previous auction catalogs help establish trust. Many buyers demand proof that a coin is genuine, unaltered, and accurately graded before investing significant sums. When all factors align, impeccable condition, clear provenance, powerful symbolism, value can reach astonishing heights. It is in rare instances that the 1992 Rand achieves a valuation of $98,200. Such a price reflects far more than silver or copper content. It encapsulates historical resonance, scarcity, desirability among wealthy collectors, and rigorous verification. To many, that price seems extraordinary for a coin that once served practical transactional purposes. Yet for collectors, it is the stories it carries, the narratives of oppression and liberation it witnessed, and the physical beauty it preserves that justify such sums. Ownership brings with it responsibilities. One must ensure secure storage, insurance, and proper documentation, especially when prices reach these heights. Display should avoid exposure to air and pollutants. Transportation demands caution and care. Yet many owners take pride not only in possession, but in being custodians of history. They understand that each scratch or toning line speaks of time past, of hands that held it before, of eras now gone. The coin becomes a bridge between past and present, between a nation's turbulent journey and its hopeful future.